What is happening? My name is Jonathan Dunkerley. You can call me Dunk. And we are also joined by Alex Kenny. If you want to give a quick intro, Alex.
What's going on, everyone? My name's Alex.
And today we're going to talk about how you could create basically infinite leads with um, contact forms. And, I know that this is a thing that a lot of people have been doing for a long time. You could do this manually and power to you if that's what you choose to do. But if you're like me or like Alex, you don't want to do this like manually all the time. You want to be able to have automations, AI automations, basically doing the work for you while you sleep, because that's really the power of being able to scale. That's the power of being able to actually make money in your sleep. So we wanted to talk about a boot camp that we just attended, run by Shinify. And this boot camp talks about how you could actually take contact forms and automate this either on your computer or on a remote server and start collecting these leads on autopilot. And I think that one of the benefits of this, I know, like, I create a lot of content and I get a lot of leads from my content, short form content from live streams like this. But a lot of people, they really want passive income. And, one of the things is, like, you can create passive income with content like what we're doing right now with a live stream or with short form content that's growing your email list, and then that becomes an asset. But a lot of people, they really do want that, that easy button. They want to hit the easy button. And this is really the thing that is the closest to an easy button that I've ever been able to see. I just got out of the first session of the boot camp, and I could honestly tell you I am blown away. So I'm just going to bring up the landing page real quick, just so you could see exactly some of the other people that have had results doing this exact system. And Alex, if you wanted to talk a little bit about it while I do that, and then we could also go over some of the things that we went over in that boot camp.
Yeah, well, then again, I was there as well. And there's a lot of stuff that I surprisingly learned. I thought I knew a lot about it already because I've run this kind of thing in the past. But honestly, with this boot camp, I've actually learned a lot about running contact forms that I might have not had beforehand. Like for example, like we were learning how to actually change depending on the location of where we wanted to reach out to businesses, right? Because you got to realize we have 14 million contact forms that we are reaching out to. And I thought you could just throw it through and just whatever, right? But you can actually scrape people from your location or from whatever location you want to and reach out to industry specific niches around whatever you're like promoting, right? So you can, promote a certain offer and then go through and say, hey, real estate agent, I have a video service for you, stuff like that. So it was really, really cool.
I think that one thing stood out to me that you mentioned, and I think this is a question that I get a lot about, oh, if I start a YouTube channel, can I do it for a local business? You absolutely can, by the way. But if you're looking for somebody, like, I live in Los Angeles, and if somebody wanted to have, like, I want to target Los Angeles, I want to target this exact region or this state, I want to target something that's a little bit more niche down to a particular area, you could actually get leads that are just in that area and not have to, target people across the entire country or the entire planet, which, it wouldn't make sense for me to go and market something in a local business that's not in my area. And in the end, what this is, it is leads. And the thing about having leads to something like a business is going to be far more qualified leads, because they're not just some random person. I mean, you can get a bunch of email addresses and contact these people. But one thing about those email addresses is that, I mean, if you just had like a family member and you just sent them an email and said, hey, I'm going to make you an offer. I know if I sent that kind of thing to my parents, they would not be as receptive. They wouldn't care, and they wouldn't
Exactly.
be the appropriate person. So you're basically sending leads to random people, hoping for the best. But these are actually people that are more likely to be qualified leads. And since you could actually narrow it down, so you can go down to this the landing page right here. If you wanted to jump into the boot camp, there are replays, just so you know. So it is going to be a 6-week boot camp, and we just had the first session, and there are going to be replays for each session, and it's 2 days a week, every Friday and every Monday, and there's going to be actionable steps every step of the way. There was actually a little bit of homework that They want everybody to be, hey, it's school. You're going to get results if you actually do the homework. That's one thing that I will say. Whatever you're going to do, if you don't do the homework, you're not going to get results. And what's up, Susan? And what's up, Shinify? And that's Chase. It's great to have you here. So if you don't do the homework, you're not going to get results. But what I would encourage you to do is go down to the link that's in the description of this video on YouTube, as well as this video on, as well as the pin link. If you are watching this on X, which I'm streaming as well to X, then you just come over to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/@etoolbox, and it is in the link in the description and in the pinned comment on the live. But you can come here and just look at all of these other people that have used this exact same strategy. And the reason, I'll be perfectly honest, the reason why I jumped into this, the reason why I started doing this is because I've known Chase a while now, and I've seen the results that he's gotten. Like, I've seen the results. And like, I kind of kicked myself in the butt because I didn't actually do this earlier. And he's gotten repeated results with this by doing this. And I could tell you, this is the one thing that I think that, from at least my perception, that he's had the most results with. And why would I not want to learn from somebody that is already having success with something? It's like, that's what you want to do whenever you're actually getting into any kind of, I don't want to call it like learning from somebody that's ahead of you. Learn from somebody that's already successful ahead of you. And Chase already has success with this. He's been doing it for years, and he's getting leads. And this is your perfect opportunity to jump into these workshops. If you can't make the lives, I understand. Yeah, Chase is a great mentor. I 100% agree, Susan. If you can't make it into the live sessions, which I encourage you to try and make it into those lives. And if you can't make it into them, there are replays. But one of the benefits of jumping into those replays, or the live sessions instead of the replays, is that you get to ask questions. And if you ever get stuck, this is literally a class where any problem that you have, you're gonna be able to ask for help. And then if you ever get lost, there is a Discord that you could jump into as well, the Shinify Discord. So again, come to the landing page and go take a look at some of the other people that have already had results doing this. And it does take a little bit of setup, and that's the whole point of the boot camp. The boot camp is going to show you what tools to buy, because there's a whole bunch of different options on what you could do. But these ones have already been tested, and they're actually running tests right now. And what's up, servant of Christ? And yeah, what's up again, Susan? Great to have you here again. So if you go here, just look at these, and let me just bring up another page. And while I bring that up, if you want to just chat for a quick second while I bring up the other page for 1 second, Alex.
Yeah, so piggybacking off what you said about learning stuff from people that have been successful with this in the past. I've had firsthand, hands-on, like basically a hands-on workshop, because I actually know Chase personally, and what we were actually doing, and we were actually getting leads through GSA, sending all these messages. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want to niche down. And you were just talking about how your mother might not open one of these emails, right? Well, of course not. But that's exactly why there's a bunch of emails, right? You have 1 million emails, 2 million, 3 million. You could have up to 14 million emails, or even more than that. And the thing is there's so much that the smaller, like, even if you get 0.01% of these people interacting with your content or interacting with your offer, that is still a substantial amount of people compared to how much people you're bringing in, right? So on that topic, right, maybe we set an offer and we tried to book calls, like I said in the last live stream for the people that were there. We were able to book a bunch of calls in the first 48 hours just by running this system.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of a phrase. Have you ever heard the phrase, there's quality in the quantity? So if I was going to do this manually, I could 100% find the quantity, but it would take me more time than I have in the day. So it may take me an hour to send out 100 of these messages manually. And by the way, there's a thing called a proxy. If you don't know what a proxy is, it's like a VPN. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of VPN, where you have to kind of change your IP address. Well, you're going to be able to be shown the right proxies to get and how to actually get them and put them into this system, so you're not constantly looking like, oh, this one person is sending out all of these messages. So whether you figure out how to do this manually on your computer or not, you're still going to have that same problem with the proxies. where it's going to see that you're emailing from that same exact spot every single time. The same contact form is being submitted every single time. So um, what this does is it clones you. And that's why we're saying, like, this is the power of AI and being able to clone yourself and really scale what you are doing. GSA, it's basically a way to have contact forms, bits boost bulletin. You have, if you don't know what a contact form is, if you go to like businesses and you go down to the bottom of the page, usually there's a way that you could actually go and like submit, hey, contact this business. And when you contact that business, sometimes there's a captcha, which is like, prove that you're human. And all of these AI automations are going to automate all of that. So it reaches out to these businesses, makes an initial offer, and then uses other tools. There's some tools where even if they don't necessarily even submit their email address, they will be able to opt into your email sequence officially and actually actually not spamming them. They're going to be able to opt into your email address or into your email sequence. So then you could turn that they're a warm lead at that point, not hot necessarily, but you could turn that warm lead into a hot lead just because you took the action to contact them through a contact form versus just like blind emailing somebody and ending up in the spam folder. And because they're businesses, they're more likely to be receptive. So I was talking about this on our last live stream. It's all about finding a problem that somebody has and solving that problem, whatever it is. If you know that a business says, like, maybe it's a company that has this particular type of problem, if you find the tool, you find the solution for them, and you could present them with the solution, you could get a commission. And then that might be like a front end sale. Maybe it's setting something up for them. Maybe it's an affiliate offer that you're trying to do. But if you get people onto your email list through that same exact sequence, now you get some commission in the front, maybe have a setup, maybe it's a manual thing that you're doing, but then you're growing your email list of qualified leads that you could continue to market to over and over again. And like I was saying, like what I'm doing right here, this live stream, it's one way that you can go and market manually. You can go do this, but I guarantee that using contact forms is going to get you more leads, like whether it's going to get you more leads than just going live for your first time on YouTube or wherever you're going live. So it really is an opportunity. So I just want to say, why would you want to sign up for this boot camp? Because I know a lot of people, they like, there's these people that are just trying to sell some sort of product or some sort of class or course. And I could relate to that. I've been pitched that a whole bunch of times. And there's one thing about me is like I refuse to ever push something that I don't believe in, something that I'm not doing myself. So that's the reason why, if you look at my content, I'm not always selling something that just like the thing of the week. I hate that. I absolutely hate it when people do that. But this is something that has been proven over time, working over and over again. So it's something that has gotten consistent results. And that's the reason why I jumped in. And that's the reason why I believe in what it is, because I've seen the results already. So why would you want to sign up for this? So you can learn how to get leads with AI. So you could automate your outreach to millions of websites using AI powered tools. And that's what the boot camp's going to teach you. And it saves you by letting the system do the heavy lifting for you. Because like I said, all this stuff could be done manually. It could be done manually. That's the thing. You can go and figure this out on your own. If you wanted to go to like ChatGPT and tell it, hey, how do I do contact forms? I'll say, go and find the websites and go into the bottom of the page and do that. It will guide you through it, no problem. But you're not going to have the blueprint of somebody that's done it already, that's already had results, because hey, ChatGPT is going to be, it will give you the best advice that it knows. But I can guarantee that it hasn't done this yet. It's not the kind of tool that's doing this. This is the kind of thing that somebody sets up. So I'll pass the mic over to you, Alex. Can't hear you.
That's my bad. Yeah. No problem at all. You've been nailing it right in the coffin. But basically, here's the difference, right? Is like, I'll give you an example of what I was doing is a little bit, a couple months before this, and this is before I started GSA, is I was going out to businesses and I was saying, hey, I could do this for you, I could do that. Well, like the thing is you have to go in there, you have to meet the person, you have to, go over stuff, and then, what happens is they're either interested or they're not interested. But the problem is that you spend all that time doing that, right? Like you can go and do affiliate, right, with this stuff and actually warm up the leads and then sell them online. But an alternative is you can do exactly what I was doing, but do it with GSA and location services and say, hey, I'm going to reach out to everyone in my area and say, hey, do you need videos for your company or something, right? And then, you get a pool of people in your area saying, hey, you're right, I do need videos, like, what do I need, right? Like, how can I pay you, for these videos? And it's really that simple. Like, people want to be sold on these services. You just have to put yourself in front of them. And the way you're going to do that is by doing the outreach. Now, you can do the outreach by going and saying, hey, I'm going to go reach out to 10 businesses and go walk into 10 businesses. Or you can go and say, hey, I'm going to reach out to 10 contact forms on the bottom of pages. But at the end of the day, like, why would you spend all your time doing that when you could have an automated system that sends out thousands of messages through these contact forms, so that you not only reach the businesses that you were going to reach, but you're going to reach thousands of other businesses that might also be interested in your service or your affiliate tool or whatever, right? So you don't need, you don't need to like know exactly what you're offering too. And you don't even have to offer some video service. You can offer whatever you want, right? You can say, I'm going to get on and create your website. You can get on and say, hey, I'm going to help you with your ads. You can go on and say, hey, I'm going to, here's a tool that's going to get you 500 free leads, which is Customers AI, right? Like anyone can go on and say, hey, here's this software I'm going to give you that's going to help you. And guess what? The best part about it is as a trial. So go ahead, try it out. If you don't like it, cancel it. But I want to help businesses.
Yeah, I think that you said nail the head in the cop. I nail on the head.
Yeah, I think,
uh,
yeah, I messed it up. Yeah.
it's all good, man.
I,
You know, youth nowadays and their slang. I'm gonna give you grief on that. But I think that is really what it boils down to. It really does boil down to the fact that what is business? How do you make money online? And it's this thing. So like, I make a lot of YouTube content and video content, and I always get these people that go like, oh, it's like my channel. You could look at it right now. I got like 4,000 and change subscribers, and it's like, oh, you don't make any money on here, because they look at some sort of like vanity metric and they're trying to make this thing because they don't understand how people are actually making money online from YouTube or any other social media platform, when all of these social media platforms are really just a traffic source, and it's about generating leads, and those leads go into something that you're going to be able to make a sale to. And and if you actually are doing a good job with what you're doing, you're being ethical, and you're actually trying to help them and not just trying to squeeze people out of money, right? That's the ethical way to do things. And if you want to use, shorten that, the whole point is that you're going to be able to take the leads that you would have to spend hours or a lot of your time to actually generate, because let's be perfectly honest, it does take time to generate like this live stream. It does take time to go and generate content, even if you're doing like a video where you're generating a video with AI. Like I do live streams on my channel all the time, where I show people how I'm using tools like Descript and things like that in order to generate like short form content or repurpose my content. And that's great to do. However, it does take time. And the thing about generating your leads this way is you're going to be able to do it on autopilot on things like remote servers and things like that. You don't even need to utilize your own computer, and you're going to be able to start generating them. And it really does come down to what I said a minute ago. There is a quantity in the quality, or there's quality in the quantity. So if you could generate leads that like basically get these forms and actually contact all of these contact forms, and maybe not all of them are going to be hits, but you would never know that. You would have had to go through all of these manually, and there's just not enough time in the day. So this is really just doing what you could do manually, but automating it and having it done on autopilot. And I think that's the real benefit here, that it's going to be done on autopilot for you. And there is a setup that if you go to Shinify into the Discord, you could ask about it. There is like a setup that you could have them help you set it all up and everything like that. But if you wanted to just go through the boot camp, and it's 6 weeks long, so you're gonna have time to go through everything. So it sells pet supply. So you have a website that sells pet supplies. Do you have any advice that could help me promote the store to get? Well, I mean, like it would be anything that you'd be able to generate any kind of leads. So it's a website that sells pet supplies. You can go and actually search for. I don't know if it's a particular region that you're marketing to. Matthew from was it Wii Sports? That's cool. I love Wii Sports, by the way. Oh man, I I was just about to set up my Wii the other day because I want to play some GameCube games. I don't want to get off topic, but uh, but
Yeah.
but yeah, you could just definitely you could just target a particular area and a particular niche. And by the way, we did actually go over how to target particular niches in today's workshop. And if you missed that, you could also get the replay if you do decide to jump in and join the workshop. And again, it's 6 weeks long, 2 times a week, every Friday and every Monday. So if you wanted to jump in, but you definitely could target a particular niche. And if you wanted to narrow it down, you could target a particular, like maybe you wanted to only target a state or something like that. And then you could reach out to them. And again, some people aren't going to respond. Some people aren't going to do it, but you would never know if you didn't just go through everything. If you went through it all manually, you would be spending a lot of time doing it manually. This way you could say, okay, I'm going to target this area and it's going to contact everybody in this area that I have on my list. And you could, by the way, you could either scrape your own lists or you could buy lists depending on what you want to do. So there's the tools that we went over in the boot camp. They go over how you could either just scrape these manually yourself if say you don't want to spend the money, but if you want to go faster, you could always just buy these lists as well. It's whatever you choose to do. It's options. Uh, but you could definitely go and target a particular area, and then think about what your offer is. I mean, I'm sure that you're going to have you need something that's going to solve a problem for that pet store, which was sad. I just walked by a pet store by my house today and it was closed. That was sad. I was actually really sad when I walked by it, but it's definitely something that can get you leads for something like that, a targeted business in a targeted area.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's one other question. So, Bits Boost, you said that do you have to have Go High Level to do the boot camp? No, you don't. All what Go High Level is it's basically a marketing suite. Like you could use other autoresponders. You could use like I used Kit for a long time, or ConvertKit when it was called ConvertKit. And what I found is that was a lot better for like newsletters. That's what I was realizing. But if you're like running a business, and also Kit is not very friendly to affiliate links. Oh well. But things like Go High Level, it's like a whole marketing automation platform. You don't have to use that one. That's just the one that we like because it really solves a whole lot of problems. It has all of those little pieces that are included with it. I understand that it's a little bit more expensive than the starter plans for some of the other ones, but you don't have to use that one. It's your choice. It's really your choice. But Servant of Christ, I'm not sure if are you crying about the pet store that closed? I'm not sure. Sorry. Alex, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a bit, I was on the other tab looking for this. But yeah, so I mean, the thing is I think a lot of people really overcomplicate this. They're like, "Hey, well, I need this tool, I need that tool." You got to realize, you have your goal, right? You're going to go from A to B. You're at A right now, you need to go to B. The steps to get to A to B are very, very simple, and it only includes a few tools, right? So this tool is more of a lead generation tool, right? The high level like you're talking about is a CRM, right? You use it to organize your leads, use it to send follow-up emails. And the reason that we do that is because, there's something called the rule of 7. Basically means, you have to reach out to someone at least 7 times so that they see your brand, they see your offer, all that fun stuff. And that is when they usually make the purchase, right? On average, right? And so that's why we use the CRM. Now what I want to show you guys actually is, if I can just screen share right here, I want to show you guys exactly what this looks like, right? Because I actually have a working example of this running in the background. And the really cool part is that I literally have this running while we're doing a live stream. Like I'm doing 2 things at once, basically. So if you guys just bear with me real quick, and you can take over for a second while I pull this up.
No stress, no stress. Let me actually, while you're doing that, let me just go here real quick and just go. So this is one thing I wanted to bring up. So the point of this is like that this is a proven strategy. And like I've said, like before, let me know when that's up, and I'll switch back over. But one thing I wanted to point, it's a proven strategy, and I've seen Chase doing this for years. I've been following Chase for a couple of years. My background is actually working in the film and television industry. I was supposed to be doing that today, but all the fires in Los Angeles got all the shoots canceled. So, but like I was watching Chase doing this for years. And the fact that he hasn't moved on to something else, the fact that he's still getting results from this for years is something that I think that you should really, really focus on. And I know a lot of people like, ah, man, I don't want to do this thing. Oh, it sounds like it. If something's working and it has a proven result, it's something that if you got to at least focus and say, like, ask yourself the question, well, if it's working for them, why couldn't it work for me? Because I think a lot of people, they put themselves in this box that they think that they're different. Like you and I are exactly the same. There's nothing that you can't do that I can't, that vice versa. Like I can't do anything that you can't do, and you can't do anything that I can't do. Yeah, maybe you think, oh, that they're on camera. There was a time that I hated being on camera. And, I just gotten better at it. I've just, hanging out, and, I still fumble over my words all the time. I'm sure you've noticed. I'm sure a bunch of people have said, Jonathan's rambling. It's just the way that I talk. It's fine. It's whatever. But you could do it. There's no reason that you can't. So if somebody else has done something, you could do it. You got to like squash those limiting beliefs, because that's what stops you from doing it. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. And with tools like this, we basically are buying our time back, because there's only one asset that we can never buy more of. And that's time. Like we can never buy more time, but we could buy other things. We could buy tools that give us our time that we still have back, instead of spending it trying to earn money or get leads. So these tools literally buy our time back. So you could discover like simple and effective ways that could even like start these conversations with people using like proven strategies. And if it's already working for somebody else, don't ever think that, oh man, I can't do what they're doing. They're different than me. You and I, we are the same 100%. So, and these things like, and this one as well, like it avoids the spam filters and the strategies. And that's part of the reason why I am pointing out basically to do things like through this boot camp, or this, do it through this boot camp, or this workshop, sorry, or boot camp or workshop. What are we calling it?
Boot
But
camp.
boot camp. Going through the boot camp is because like you can go and figure this stuff out all yourself. Like I said, you can probably go to ChatGPT and ask these questions, but it's not going to give you a strategy that has been proven to be successful. So, were you still trying to share your screen?
At least not yet. No, I was just waiting for you. You were doing really good.
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you were about buying your time back. I really value that, and I don't think people realize, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, I need money, 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 right? But like, really, you really, really want money, but what is more valuable is your time, right?
Mhm.
And I don't think people realize that. When I realized that, I was like, wow, well, like now I got to focus on like buying my time back, right? But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to screen share. I don't know if it's going to override over yours, but we're going to find out.
I think that when you do it, I should be able. We're just we're experimenting with streaming to 2 YouTube channels at the same time. I'm not sure. I think I'm hosting, so I think I just need to bring it here.
Yeah.
Just try it. And before we do that, I just saw Biz Boost Bulletin. You mentioned that you are meeting with your dental manufacturer that sells disposable healthcare gowns tomorrow. Yeah, you could use it for him. Like anything that you're trying to generate leads. I think that that's the thing you got to hammer down. It's literally just generating leads and contacting businesses. It's a strategy that people use all the time. It's literally just automating it. And I mean, like that's really what business 101 is. It's get leads, make sales. Get leads, make sales, or make a service. Like it could be an affiliate offer. It could be something to a done for you service. It could be something that you're selling personally. It's literally just about getting leads if you really boil it down to what you're actually doing here. So let me just share your screen real quick, and there we go.
Yep. So guys, here we are right here. We're looking at my point of view right now, but I'm literally just going to scroll over, and we literally have bots running on a private server, like literally thousands a second. If you guys see this number up here, It goes slower sometimes, faster sometimes, but you're going to see this number go up by the thousands. And these are all websites that are getting sent whatever we want, right? Now, I also really, really want to go into something that a lot of people have said, right? There's a lot of people that said, oh, why aren't you giving away stuff for free, right? And what I have to say is, a lot of people want all the stuff for free, right? But the thing is there's no skin in the game. So if we said, hey, this is completely free, you could go in and then you're like, oh, well, if I get it done, I don't, or I don't, it doesn't matter because I have no skin in the game, right? You have no reason to actually take action. And so that's part of the reason we're charging as well. But the thing is also you got to look at your time, right? I saw someone that was a great example of this that said, "Hey, I've been doing this manually for years, right? Like going to contact forms on websites and then going in and filling it out and filling out the email and filling out all that, right? I mean, what can you really get done in an hour, right? You can say 20 to 30 contact forms an hour, for example, right? I mean, look at this. We've done probably 20 times that in the span of us talking right now. It's probably been less than a minute. And what does that tell you exactly? That tells you that he just by doing this and learning about this and setting this up for himself, it is almost priceless for him, or it's worth tens of thousands of dollars because of how much time he's saving. Think about how many hours he spent reaching out to businesses, and it's literally been 10 to 20 an hour. Like he can't even get through 500 in a day, and we just got through 500 in the last 5 seconds, right? So you got to think about, hey, you know, this might be something that I can't afford, right? But that's exactly why we have that split plan, which he'll probably go into when we get down there. But essentially, like it's an investment, right? You're investing, and yes, you're investing your money, right? But what you get out of it is something more valuable, and that is going to be your time.
Hmm. You can't buy time back. That's like eventually, eventually you're gonna run out no matter what you
And
do. So
and you know what? And you know what's crazy about that is you're always running out of time, right? But if you can buy your time back,
Mhm.
you're gonna automatically by proxy get more money because you're gonna have more time to make more money. Like like I mean,
Another way to put it is you either pay with your time or money. Those are the
yeah.
two things you pay with. Oh yeah, Biz Boost Bulletin, like 100%. He said, I'm gonna bring that up on screen. Like I've done this before too. Like, look at this. It's like I feel this is better than going to network meetings and handing out useless business cards. Dude, man, I was actually when I just told you we had all the fires here and everything. I was going and running through my place, and there were some bags that I grabbed from different conventions and stuff that I've been to, and I could tell you like all of the junk that I've got, like all of these cards and these things from these conventions that I've gotten from different ones that I've gone to for different networking events, and they were just sitting in a bag. I never looked at them, and some of them probably been in that bag for years. And how many people have your business card just sitting there, basically in their junk bag? It like how often do you look at those things after those events? You probably don't. You're just
And
collecting them probably because you want the tote bag, right?
and I literally take them. Whenever I get one, sometimes they're forced into your hand. I take one, I
Yeah,
put it in my pocket, and they're gone
and they're gone.
forever.
It's like
Exactly.
and they're just trying to give it to you, but the thing is like those like they're giving it to me and they gave it to me, but I wasn't the right lead. There
Yeah.
was no way that they could actually figure out if I was the right lead to have that. And I mean, you could do that. You could make like YouTube content. You could do all of those things to find the right audience. But doing stuff like this, automating it however you can. I'm not telling you not to do the other types of content that you've already been doing. I'm just telling you that this is the types of content that you could do to build your leads, make offers, and have targeted offers to your niche, whatever it is. And be able to even you could scrape them yourself, or you could also take them and buy lists like we were saying if you wanted to go even faster. It's just up to you about how you want to like piece the puzzle together. What we have another IT service for 43 years, have new clients, and we could spend weeks to get new clients. Like AK Carry, AI Carry said that. Yeah, spending weeks to get new clients.
Okay. Looks like it disconnected. I don't know
Oh,
if we're still live. Hello?
are we? You there?
Yeah, you just like your whole
Oh,
PC just broke for a second.
yeah. Sorry about that.
You want to take it away
Hey,
again, or you want
uh,
me to? Up to?
no, you go real quick. I was just talking
Yeah,
about the things, but
I mean, I
AI.
mean,
I was just saying like AI carry. Ooh, there. Which
yeah.
and started these 2 years ago. Yeah. Hey, AI carry. There's one thing that I'll tell you. So I wish I started these 2 years ago. What's the best time to plant a tree? Well, what did they? What's the thing like 25 years ago or whatever the number that we put? What's the second best time to do it today? That's my advice. Like whatever you're doing, 2 years ago, I wish I started doing this stuff a long time ago as well. But second best time is
And
right now.
And you know what's crazy specifically for you in particular, Carrie, is that since you're in IT, right? I mean, you literally don't even have to niche down. You can go ahead and send 14 million messages and say,
Mhm.
hey, I'm an IT professional. I'm going around into contact forms and saying and offering my services. Do you guys need help with anything? Right? You're going to get a million people. You're probably going to get more clients from using this in the first day than you did in the last 43 years. I'm going to be totally honest. Like you're going to run this for a day and then your inbox is going to be full of a bunch of people with technical problems, right? And the funny thing is everyone's got technical problems. Like, you know, I got technical problems. You know, Jonathan just his PC just blew up. I mean, like, it did it blow up again? Oh my god, it
No,
blew up again.
it's my internet here because of the fires. So
Oh
sorry about that.
really?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
well,
been been
but
glitchy
but
because of the fires.
but yeah, but literally all these people have like IT's huge, right? I
Mhm.
If you can find a way to reach out to millions of people and say, hey, I'm an IT professional. I've been doing this for 40 years and I can fix any problem you have. You're going to get so many people that said, hey, I've been having this problem and you can help me fix it. And
Mhm.
you're going to be so overwhelmed. You're going to be so overwhelmed with money. People are going to just give you money.
You're gonna have more leads than you know what to do with is the
And,
real thing. So you're gonna be
and
able
then
to pick and choose who you want to work with.
and not only that, but you're gonna have so many people that you can be like, hey, this is my price, right?
Mhm.
And once you get enough people on that price and you have people reaching back out to you, you can say, hey, I have so many people hitting me up. Now I'm gonna double the price. And guess what? Since you have 14 million people you're reaching out to, whatever you're reaching out to,
Supply and
you
demand.
literally are not gonna run out of people,
Mhm.
like ever, especially for IT in particular.
And it, like we were saying, it does come down to also being able to grow your email list. So if you aren't somebody that wants to deliver a service yourself, a lot of these things are automated. And I know that there's a lot of things that like AI agents are going to become a thing. And all of these things are growing technologies. And it really does come down to being able to grow your list and your leads. You're going to be growing leads. And that's why we do this. Like that's why people create social media content. It's to grow leads. And if you could do that on automation when like in your sleep and do it way faster. Yes, a lot of like you brought up your the screen a minute ago and you saw there was like a big red bar as well. And those are the fails, you know. There are going to be some
Exactly.
fails. It happens. But you're not focusing on the fails because that green spot on the side was the ones that went through successfully. And then a percentage of those green ones are going to respond to you. So that's really what it does come down to.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And AI carry, that's why you need to start now because start now is the second best time to start versus starting yesterday or the day before.
It's the only other best option because if you
Yes.
say you're gonna start tomorrow, you're not gonna start at all.
And I want to just point out this also. You saying like, "Hey, I don't have anything that I can market." I know that this is kind of like a cliche thing that a lot of people say, like, "Oh, just market the thing that you're learning about." But that's also something you could always do. Like, I remember when I got into like what the ClickFunnels one funnel away challenge. What would they tell you? It's a really genius way that they market because they tell you, "Hey, we're going to teach you how to market anything." But then if you don't have something to market, you could market this. So if you do want to do this and say, "Hey, I don't have anything to sell." You could sell this. You could actually say, "Hey, I want to be able to set this up for somebody," or I'm going to market the affiliate link and then I'm going to say, "Hey, I'll set this up for you for this price." Like just like Alex
Or
Alex is doing it as well. He's setting this up for people for a fee.
or hear me out.
Mhm,
Right? Well, like
mhm.
listen, like I set up Replicate for a fee, which if you people who don't know what Replicate is, that's like
I
the
made my
service where you
thumbnail
can
in
clone your face. Yeah, both of our thumbnails are made with Replicate. They're not actually pictures of our face. They're made with an AI bot that takes pictures, like about 20 pictures, throws them into a throws them into like a folder, and
Builds
then
a model.
generates you images off of a model, like he said. Now, the thing is you don't even have to charge people for what you're doing. One thing that I found that works very well is when you give things away for free, right? And this is why, Chase has been doing it for a while. And the thing is you go in here and you're like, hey, I'm going to do this for completely free. And your question might be, okay, well, now where you make the money if you're giving it away for free? Well, that's where the affiliate model comes in, right? And the reason I charge for Replicate is because there's no affiliate model, so I can't really make anything off the back end. But if I told you, hey, I'm going to go set a pilot for completely free for you, just click on my link. What are they going to be paying? They're going to be paying 97 or 297 every single month, and
Or
I'm going to get a
497.
or 497 I'm literally going to get a 40% commission every single month off of that just for setting it up, right? Because
Mhm.
once you actually settle down and you have all your leads into a CRM, it is very hard to get you off that CRM. And the thing is you can apply this to any affiliate, right? You could say, hey, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to set it up for completely free. I'm going to show you how it works, and I'm going to give you all the support. And then you literally collect a check every month, and it's passive income, which a lot of people look at and they're like, whoa, I don't have to do anything after the initial work. And that's kind of what GSA is doing. You set this up.
Recurring income as well. It's like that's
Yeah,
the key.
yeah, yeah.
Recurring
Yeah,
income.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And the thing with GSA is you set it up, you go through the pain and struggle, right? And that's why we have the boot camp. So we have 6 weeks to actually show you how it works, set it up. You go through it, right? And now you sit there and you can literally eat hot Cheetos on your couch, right? And you can go and generate leads for completely free. And there's somebody in here that was sending emails like, it sucks to sit there all day and send emails. I've done it
Mhm.
before. I've made calls every day. You don't have to do that anymore.
Mhm. And it's because of automations. And like, I think that people think, like the AI is this brand new thing. It's not. It's like it's been around for a long time. It just became a buzzword a couple years ago. So these AI automations that we're talking about with this, it's stuff that's existed for years. It's stuff that's existed long time before it became a buzzword. It's just machine learning. But the point is that all of these things are just smart automations, and we're taking advantage of smart automations in order to create passive income. And then by doing these things, you could even offer them for free, like what Alex was saying. You don't need to start charge for things up front, as long as they say, okay, I'll help you set this up, or whatever your offer is, as long as you go through these recurring affiliate links. And I think that the key thing, again, if you're doing that for free, like Alex was saying, is that they have to be like some form of recurring affiliate product. And like, for instance, if you're going to promote this workshop, you could say, okay, I'm going to promote the affiliate link for this workshop, right? That's not a recurring affiliate product, but you could go and say all the different things that you need to set up the actual automations, like that you learn about in the workshop. A lot of those things are recurring affiliate things, because you need to have different proxies, you need to have different servers and all these different things in order to do it. They're not like super high, but they're, again, quantity will end up making it so it's a really good passive income stream. Because I'm like, I don't want to work until the day that I die. No, none of us do. And that's kind of the idea. Faster to get the leads, and and automating your income afterwards and making it more passive.
Exactly.
Cool. And
Exactly.
let me see. I'm just going to go down, just finish off this list. I think we were probably going to try to keep it about 45 minutes, right? I know that you have some setting up to do and some fulfillment to do. But
Exactly.
I just wanted to point out that I know we just did the first one. We just did the first workshop, but there is going to be a replay. So if you did miss it, don't feel like you missed out. Uh, I would always recommend trying to show up to things live, but you will always have those replays. Even if you're watching this and you're like, man, this live stream happened 6 weeks ago, it's over. There still is a Discord server where people will be happy to answer your questions. And there's also going to be recordings of all those different lives. And by that point, you're going to have a whole bunch of other people that have just gone through this workshop that have had success. So even if you're jumping on later, it's still a good opportunity. So again, just do what's right for you, but this is going to save you some time. So And then, like I said, there is a way to actually set it up. I know Alex is working on that to be able to actually do some done for you setup. So if you say, hey, you know what, I'm not technical, this stuff is just, I understand. Like I get it. A lot of people, like I'm in my late 30s right now, and I remember when I was young and like Alex, little kid.
Wow.
And, when I would go like, oh man, why do the old people not understand this stuff? And now I'm like, man, those kids, they're just so much better at this stuff than me. I get it.
Yeah.
um, so sorry, servant of Christ, you're asking which is recurring every month. Which are you talking about?
So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he means, but I'm assuming he means
There's a different types of affiliate. So affiliate is
yeah.
basically you're promoting somebody else's product, and what that means is, say it's a service. I'll use Go High Level, which is a CRM autoresponder for emails. So every single month, when somebody renews that service, like you're going to need that tool in order to run your business. So you want to be able to do like actually promote tools or things that people will need in order to solve their problem. And as long as they want that problem solved, they're going to need to renew. And every time that they renew, they're going to pay you every single time. Like say they're subscribed to through your link for the next 10 years. That means that they didn't just pay you that 1 month, they paid you that month times 12 times 10, and so on and so forth. Because one thing with CRMs, it's once you're in that ecosystem and all of your emails are basically really, if it's doing well, it actually kind of could hurt to move over to another server and start emailing it from. You kind of have to start over. So those types of services work really, really well with recurring affiliate because they can't cancel unless it's going to be a real pain in the butt to cancel. And if you actually go to CRMs, like there's like Active Campaign or Kit, they actually will say, oh, we'll happily help you transfer over, because they know how much of a pain in the butt it is to do that, and they want your they want to be paid instead of the other company. So that's the reason why I think that those types of services are a great one. It doesn't have to be the only one that you're doing, but those are always great ones to add into that mix, because every business needs email marketing, whether you think you do or not. You do. Even text marketing is actually even another level. But if you think you don't need email marketing, I'm going to tell you right now, you're wrong. Like, you need it, because you need to be able to contact people in something that you own. You don't own your YouTube channel. You don't own your X account. You don't own your Facebook account. You don't own any of these things. Those are owned by the companies that actually run those. You don't own them. Like, you could own that list because those people gave you permission to contact them. And until they go to the bottom of that page in the email and they hit unsubscribe, they gave you permission to do that. So start an email list, and it's a great thing to promote. So
Exactly, I agree.
mm-hmm. So let's see. It's the easiest way to leverage. I just had my notes. I think we'll probably leave it at that, and I'll just give you guys the encouragement again to jump in. And I just used one of those wrong words, but there we go. I'm just going to share this again just so you can see this again. Again, go check out the landing page. If this is right for you, jump in, and it will actually shortcut everything for you. Go look at some of these other testimonials of people that have had success. There's this really great walkthrough that is on the landing page. And just so you know, the price does always go up. And that's not fake scarcity. Yesterday, the price was $297, and right now it is $327. So it's gone up $30. So if this is something that you feel like will benefit you and something that will actually help you get leads, and if you resonated with what we were talking about today, then I'd say just go and jump into this. And the worst thing that you could do is you could gain a whole bunch of knowledge and get leads that are going to make you money. And I don't know if you wanted to say anything to close out, Alex.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the benefit of this is that you're not purchasing it like something for education. I mean, sorry, this is for education, right? You're
Mhm.
purchasing to learn about GSA, right? But how I look at it is you're purchasing your time back, right? You can say, hey, I don't want this because it's so and so money. And the thing is yeah, like for some people, relatively, it's a pretty good chunk of money. But the thing is like, what are you going to be earning off this, right? Like, for example, I charge like a couple $100 for replicate setup, right? Let's say that I go and I sign up for this, and then I go and I actually bring in thousands of leads for replicate. Well, that I get 3 people and it literally pays itself off, right? And this goes for a lot of things, right? You go and you say, hey, I'll set this up, I'll set up high level for you for completely free on the 297 plan, or something like that. And boom, you're basically making half it back with one person. Like, it is very simple to make it back. And also, if you can't afford it, the best part about it is that there is actually a payment plan, which is
Mhm.
great for people who can't afford it right away. You can split the payments, and then you can get that done there.
I'll bring it up just so you know what he's talking about. Where is it? There's the different.
Pay another way, I think.
I don't know. It's somewhere.
It's somewhere around there. Just
It's down at
go
the
find it.
bottom. You could split it up into 4 payments, like every 2 weeks. So the idea is like as long as you're taking action, you could start earning some of that back before you even have paid for this entire boot camp. But if this is the right for you and you actually want to generate leads like this, I mean, I saw in the comments multiple times during this live that people are doing this manually. And so if people are doing this manually, there is benefit to doing it automated because you could basically just clone yourself by thousands of percent and just do it that way. So to run these systems on a monthly basis, it really does depend. Kylie, you said, what's the cost to run these things on a monthly basis? You're going to need, you could run this on your own server or your own computer, for instance. Run the software on your own computer and do that, but you're going to tie up your computer that way. So you could also rent a server, for instance, like basically a remote PC. You could rent those for, I think that they get as cheap as $10 a month and get as high as like $80 a month. And you could do that if you want. It depends what you want to do. So if you want to do on your computer, no cost. If you wanted to do a low speed computer server, $10. If you want to do a really fast one and do like multiples and just like, depends on how fast the computer you need. And then you would need to actually buy a few licenses for some software, which that's pretty much a one-time cost, and then proxies, things like that. And then you could scrape your own leads or you can go buy leads. It just depends on what you want to do every single month. How much do you want to do yourself and how much do you want to buy from other people is really what it comes down to. But what I'd say is, what would you say, Alex, is like the minimum amount that people are probably have to.
I mean, here's the thing. You're totally correct. I mean, I wouldn't recommend running on your computer, but if you were tight on money, that's what you could do, but you just
Start
wouldn't be
there,
able to
yeah.
use your computer. Here's the thing. It all depends on how fast you want to run it, right? For
Mhm.
example, like one time we were paying so much money, but we were literally sending 100 million emails in literally the span of a couple of days, which is ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
That's unnecessarily like amount of leads. But really all you need is you need the server, which I'd recommend, right? If not, then you can cut that out, which is like you said, anywhere from $10 to $90. And then you need the proxies, which can range probably that same exact range, depending on how fast you want to run it, right? And we talk about all that in the boot camp. We can't really go over exactly all the information that goes around that, but you can expect to, like, probably on a monthly basis, like at minimum, definitely less than $100 if you're going the minimum route, right? But it all depends on what you're doing. You
And
have
then
to look at
an
this like,
autoresponder as well. You'll probably need an autoresponder if you're doing
yeah,
emails.
well, yeah. And you'll probably need, a CRM, right? Which we
Yeah,
recommend
that's
high
what I mean.
level. There's other
CRM,
options.
autoresponder.
Um, and then like really like the thing is though is that you can literally make your money back in the first month. That's what I like. We, again, like I said, like we ran this for 48 hours with the right prompt, and we actually booked legit like 15 calls. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, imagine getting 15 calls to whatever your offer is, like booked calls, people that want to get on the phone with you in the first 48 hours of doing this. Like, there's businesses that will pay thousands of dollars for that,
Mhm. Leads are valuable, right?
especially booked ones.
Yeah.
So
The ones that aren't like just cold leads where somebody's just contacting you blind in your spam
because
folder.
it's difficult to get people to book calls. It's
Mhm.
difficult. And when you go and you reach out to millions of people and you say, "Hey, get on a call with me for free, and I'm
Mhm.
going to teach you how to do this," you're gonna get people that book, okay? Because it's just how it is. It's you go through 14 million people. And that's how it is.
There's quality in the quantity.
Mhm.
Keep on saying that. That's I think that's the way that you got to think about all this. So, um, again, thanks everybody for let's see, pretty good idea. Thank you for sorry for Just join. Oh, no worries. I mean, the replay is going to be going. So I know that you came in at the end. I'm also going to be doing more lives on this as I go through the workshop. I really do want to just show you how, like, the results that I'm getting along the way as well. I've gotten a lot of results. I've worked with Chase on different things over the last couple of years. And, I've gotten results by doing what Chase does. I've watched somebody that is actually getting results ahead of me. And I'm actually jumping on board on this one because I really have seen him getting results on it. And I've done other things that he's told me to do and I've gotten results. So that's why I'm going to do this. I'm going to be streaming a lot over the next couple of weeks, just showing you exactly my results. So if you say, like, the price, like I said, the price will end up going up because this keeps on going up as it's not false scarcity. It was $30 less yesterday. So I'd say just take a look at it and jump in if you feel like it's right for you. But let's see what design. Oh, let me finish your message. Sorry. You can pretty easily scrape a list of designers. Oh yeah. I mean, like, we went over that in the boot camp today about how you could find a particular niche or particular topic and target that, and then generate leads. Also generate on a particular region. Like they were asking, oh, can I target a particular state in the United States, for instance, or a particular region within that state? And you can narrow it down and just look for businesses if you wanted to scrape for those particular businesses, or if you didn't want to scrape yourself to find those lists, you can go and buy lists. There's actually somebody that's within Chase's community that actually does this full time, where he's constantly just scraping these lists all the time, and getting rid of the ones that are bad, and getting, like, bringing new ones in. So that's always got like a hot list. So if that's a service that you want, again, we were talking about, you could either scrape them yourself, and maybe as you start to go, you could scale up to something, or if you want to, you could just jump straight to that. It's completely up to you. Oh yeah, and of course, Biz Booth Bulletin. We're happy to share our time. I mean, like, I love helping other people win. That's why I do this. Like, it's not just about just making the sale. That's not what it's all about for me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I want to have the results and I want to share it with other people. That's where I come from. So, awesome. And again, I'm going to be going live again, and I'd love it. Alex is probably going to jump on some of these as well. I think that we did. We have a good dynamic together, Alex. I think it's going really well.
Definitely.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out. And if you don't do this, go take action on something. Go and actually start creating something. Go and if you don't want to do it automatically or like on autopilot, then go and do it yourself. Go do it manually. But if you want to, make money while you're sleeping, this is a great strategy that I've seen. Like, I've seen the results. So it's not something that's just made up. I can guarantee that. It does take, nothing can ever be guaranteed. But if you actually go in and take action, I guarantee you're going to have better results than if you just do nothing. I guarantee that. So
Exactly.
Any last words, Alex, before we wrap up?
That's pretty much it. I mean, hey, if you want free leads, you know where to go.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Go to the Discord. What is it? Discord.com or .gg/Shine. It's discord.gg/Shinify, right? That's how you spell it? Yeah. I always forget that it's .gg for Discord. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks again for hanging out. We will see you in the next live or the next upload, and have a good day. Keep making money, keep earning passive income. Have a good day. Bye.
Peace.